Hey there, beautiful souls. Today, we are diving into the incredible blessings and favor found in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Get ready to be uplifted and inspired as we uncover the promises that this verse holds for each and every one of us.
Jeremiah 29:11 is one of the most comforting and frequently quoted Bible verses, offering assurance of God's intentional plans for his people. It reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This verse is a powerful reminder that, even in the midst of uncertainty, hardship, or confusion, God is in control. He has a plan, and that plan is inherently good. To fully understand the depth of this promise, we need to look at the context in which it was delivered. At the time, the Israelites were living in exile in Babylon. They had been uprooted from their homeland, their temple destroyed, and they were surrounded by a culture that didn't honor their God. In this context, Jeremiah writes a letter to the exiled community, encouraging them to settle down in Babylon for the long haul. They were told to build homes, plant gardens, and even pray for the prosperity of the city in which they were captive, because their exile was going to last for 70 years. This was not the message they wanted to hear. But it was in the midst of this seemingly hopeless situation that God spoke through Jeremiah to reassure his people. "I know the plans I have for you." While the people might have felt abandoned, forgotten, or punished, God wanted them to understand that their present suffering was not the end of the story. His plans were still in place, and those plans were meant to bring them prosperity, not harm. The word prosper here is about more than financial success or material wealth. The Hebrew word used, shalom, means peace, well-being, and wholeness. God's desire was to bring his people into a place of peace and completeness, even in the middle of their trials. The promise is that God's future for them is filled with hope. This verse, then, is a profound reminder that God's timing and plans often differ from our expectations. The Israelites may have wanted immediate relief, but God's plan involved a process that required patience and trust. Similarly, when we face challenges, it can be hard to see God's hand at work. But Jeremiah 29:11 reassures us that even when things seem dark, God's plans are always for our ultimate good. In summary, this verse is a call to trust in God's long-term plan for our lives. Even when we don't see the full picture, we can rest in the knowledge that God is working to bring us hope, a future, and true prosperity, both in this life and the next.